Hi everyone, welcome to the American Computer Enthusiast Show. My name is Steve Reeves and I'll be your host. And our show tonight is going to be a help show, a generic help show. We'll answer all your questions on DOS, Windows, networking. We have Harvey Schifrin and James DiMaggio. James just got back from Networld, so did I. So we'll be answering all kinds of questions about networks. Today is Thursday, we're on Thursdays now, October 7th, 1993. We're live. Stay tuned and we'll be right back.
Children are the largest group of Americans living below the poverty line. They have to reach higher for what others take for granted. Healthcare, balanced meals, encouragement to learn. But with help early on, children in your community can gain the skills to get out from below the poverty line. It takes programs like Success by 6 and people like you to help them take the first step. Call to learn more. Change the world of a child, and you change the world.
Vince, that new dummy cam is great.
Yeah, it'll sure give people a whole new outlook on what it's like when you don't wear a safety belt.
I think they'll get the picture.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
She is one of America's toughest drug enforcement agents. Last year, she helped convict 90 drug dealers, seize several tons of crack and marijuana, and close down 10 major drug operations. She is a 68-year-old grandmother named Irma. She set up a community drug watch that is not only changing her neighborhood, but its future. There are many ways to help in your community. Call the Points of Light Foundation. Do something good. Feel something real.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the show. In case you just tuned in, this is the American Computer Enthusiast Show. We're back on Thursday nights, finally. We've been on for 4 or 5 years on Thursdays. We got switched to Tuesdays for a couple weeks there. Now we're back on Thursdays, so I hope everyone's happy. It is October 7th. This is a live show. Tonight's going to be a help show. You can call in with your questions. The phone number is 861-6283. 861-6283. And we've got two guests. They're actually hosts. We're all hosts tonight, right?
Yep.
We have Harvey Schifrin. He's done the show a bunch of times, and he's going to be hosting a lot of shows this year. And we have James DiMaggio. You did the show last week, right?
Yeah, I'm the rookie.
That was a Tuesday last week. This is our first Thursday night again. James just got back from Networld. I was there just on Tuesday, so we'll be able to answer anything, what's new at Networld and what's new in networking. We'll answer questions on anything, DOS, Windows, anything you want to know. Anything you want to start with or anything else? We also have giveaways too, I forgot. Some lucky caller, here, why don't you give me that? Some lucky caller will win this, and James will actually, can you see it there? It's got plastic on it. I like to make, there. Can you see it? Can you see it there? All right.
We'll give it to the 93rd caller.
We'll move this. This is what it is. It's reflecting Windows NT there. All right, why don't you say what is this?
That's Cross Connect. That's my pick of the show. Networld, if you haven't ever been to Networld, it's huge, right, Steve?
Yes. It's bigger than I thought it was.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it was 2 floors at the Dallas Convention Center.
Yeah, it covers the entire thing, and if you go towards something like Comdex, take Networld, multiply it by 10, and that's what Comdex is.
Right.
Cross Connect's my pick of the show. Out of everything that I looked at, there was a lot of cool things this year, a lot of fax stuff, a lot of network management. But I keep hearing that people want to share modems, they want to share faxes across the network.
Right.
And they don't want to put them everywhere.
Now this is
$195 retail gives you modem sharing across the network, remote control package to where you can call in and remotely control. It also gives you the ability to control another workstation on the network. And in 2 months they'll add fax to it.
That's great.
So fax.
And it is a Windows program, right?
It's a Windows-supported program. It's a 9K TSR that runs on a workstation that publishes the modem out to anybody.
TSR.
Very simple.
What do we tell people what TSR can?
Terminate, stay resident.
Okay, in case we have any novices watching.
That means that it's a little program that loads up into memory. It can be loaded high, so it's not, in 9K is nothing.
Right.
So it's probably the most simplistic solution that I found. It's something that just, if you have a modem on your network and you've got 2 or 3 people that want to use a modem maybe to call out to bulletin board, call Dow Jones, CompuServe every now and then, great deal. For $195, boom, they're up and running. So
I think my pick for the neatest thing or coolest thing at the show, what was it? What happened? Oh, here it is. It was this thing. It was a Micro House. Is that the name of it?
Yeah.
And what this is, why don't you tell them what it is? I mean, I know what it is, but you can talk since you're the guest.
Okay. Micro House is, they have several technical books on hard drives, controller cards, and so forth. And what it basically is if you are a technician and you are running into a lot of strange items that you can't figure out what they are, this place has your answer. Now what they've done is taken their books, put them onto CD-ROM with graphics, jumper settings, everything you could possibly want to know. They promise me if they don't have it, you can call them, they'll get it for you.
But it's like every motherboard,
hard drive,
it's got like
everything.
The technical specifications of everything, and you can look it up, what the dip switch settings are and the jumper settings, and it's pretty cool.
One problem, I asked for 3 specs that I knew were kind of off the wall.
Right.
They only had one of the 3. And
Well,
they
I
said
think
that
it's
they would
pretty
take
new,
care
though,
of me,
isn't it?
Actually, it's been out over a year. It listed for like $14.95, and they dropped the price dramatically and really started moving them out. It's a great addition to the technical reference library.
Right. Now, the Net World in Dallas, it's every year in Dallas. How many? There were hundreds
But
of
it's not
vendors.
next year.
Where is it? I know it's in...
It's in Dallas, but it's not Networld anymore.
Oh, it's called Network Expo or
That's
something.
correct.
Network Expo.
They're changing the name on us.
Yeah, this is a book. It's got, these are all the vendors here. Everybody was there. I couldn't believe I still can't believe how many booths there were.
Now, that's not true because there was 2, and I'm going to
thanks for
complain
making me
on
look
the
stupid.
air, okay? Borland, Central Point, Semantic, you need to come to the shows, people. Okay, so they were not there.
Oh,
No
that is
booths.
true. I didn't notice those people.
No booths, and they're
And I
3
wasn't
big
there
players.
either, so-
And we missed
Yeah, Harvey
Harvey.
wasn't there.
Harvey wasn't on the
I mean,
floor.
everybody was happy, though, that there were no turtle excluder devices
In the
exhibited.
nets?
So,
Yeah, I didn't see, like,
So it was
Flo
great.
wasn't there with her hair nets. It was only Networks.
maybe that's why they had to change it from Networld. They said, oh, if we have a net, butterfly collectors were there, and they're not going to be there anymore.
Did you hear the
That's
big,
why we have Harvey here.
Did you hear the big announcement?
No.
Ray Norda, Jim Manzi from Lotus and Novell announced Tuesday night that beginning in December, every version of Novell is going to ship with Lotus Notes NLM built into it. That is a big deal. It's a lot bigger than most people will think because that's going to create a new engine for Novell. They're really tying up the packages together. So.
And that's going to be no fun for Microsoft.
Oh
either.
no, that's a good pairing.
Right.
Yeah, that's a real good pairing.
So the battle lines are drawn.
That's it.
Another big thing that I saw was the Hayes announces, what's this, it's called VFast. Well, we don't want to show that on the screen because it's all white. But it's now the 28.8K or baud.
There's our Modem Pro. Go for it, Harvey.
Do you know anything about this? It's actually, this is brand new, but you say you already have one.
Well, everybody knew that the prices of 14.4 and 9600 baud modems were dropping, and that's so we can have new, more expensive ones
Right.
that you can buy next year. So
What are these going for, do you know?
They're going to probably come in at the $400 range, therefore.
But it goes up to,
4.5,
it says here,
something
file
like
transfer throughput up to 115 baud.
Uh-huh.
Jeez. That's fast, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
57, or whatever it was, 57.5 or whatever was pretty fast. Well, the 14.4, what I have, I thought that was fast enough for the time being.
The only problem you have?
Phone lines, yeah.
well, that's what I was going to say, because
Phone
it
lines.
always seemed to me that, they say, well, when we get to 9600 or 14.4, that's about all you can do without a special, clean, dedicated line.
Yeah, aren't
And,
phone lines maxed out at 14.4?
They say the phone company says 96 is considered their max semi, but what they're talking about doing is doing some work on the fiber end, and as they improve some of that, then we'll have more speed coming in. The 28.8s, I think what they're really trying to do, I talked to an engineer at the show, and they're trying to go after the telebit market. They're going after the big boy market. That's the next market that they need to go into.
All right, we have some callers already.
Cool, go for
All right.
it.
Hi, do you have a question?
Yeah, hi.
Who are we talking to?
Irv.
Irv,
Hi, Irv. Long time no here.
we're back on Thursdays.
Where you been?
Tell everyone.
No, I saw you guys on Tuesday. I couldn't believe it.
Well, we were kind of jumping, or trying to confuse you.
We couldn't believe it either.
I love those hats. You're stealing it from Borland.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to put mine back on here.
The bowling hat,
You notice we have pocket protectors, too.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're
well,
certain.
bowling hat pocket protectors too.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
There you are. Do I look goofy or what? Huh? Nice.
How about they gave you out in that world?
That's because we're all
Yeah.
Orthodox
We got
nerds.
these at Networld.
Okay. Well,
I've got nothing else out of Networld. I got these great hats.
Okay. Just don't take
As if
off.
I needed more help to look like a nerd.
Don't take off now.
Yeah, really. Okay, what's your question?
Okay. It's a simple question.
All right.
How do you remove double space from DOS 6 once you put it on?
2 words, very carefully.
There isn't, is there? Can't you just have to reformat, or I don't think there's any way to do it.
Irv,
Oh, my God.
did you follow the first direction that it says in the book? Make sure you have a backup of this hard drive before.
Oh, yeah, I
Okay.
heard that.
Then what you do is you back it off and you restore off the backup before you put it on, or just format. And
Yeah.
the way that I recommend to do it, back it up, file copy, back it up. Do it file by file, F-disk, format, and then put it back down. But make sure you're going to have enough room when you put it back down. Otherwise, call your local supplier and get you a bigger hard drive.
Very good.
I just recently reformatted my hard drive, and that's the only way I could figure out the way to do it.
Yeah, it won't
Hey,
come on.
now, if you back up a drive that's been double spaced and then restore, and suppose you remove double space, then
It'll be fine.
you'll be fine. So the fact that you're backing up a double spaced drive
Right.
doesn't.
Because what will happen, Irv, is that when you back it up, it'll double space, will uncompress it, and then bring it into the backup program's compression algorithm.
That's correct.
Okay. Very good.
Whatever
Good
he
job.
said,
You
I
get a
agree with.
rotation.
Whatever he said. Yeah, we get to rotate his little
There's-
beanie there.
Lots of luck.
All right, thanks. Hey, thanks for calling. Thanks for watching again.
Take
Okay.
care, Irv.
Oop, okay. Another thing. Here's a fun thing that I saw in a magazine today.
That's new. You showed
I
me
try
that.
to
I
pick
haven't
up
seen
things whenever I can, you know. It's a joystick, some sort of a connector that goes into your parallel port, so that you can use. You like how I cut this out? I cut it out myself here. It's made by a company called Genovations. I saw it in the back of a magazine, and what it is you can plug so you can use it like in my portable laptop or notebook. You can actually use a joystick, and it runs out of your parallel port.
Well, you know, and there's so many things now. Sound cards are running out of the parallel port.
Right.
I mean, it's great because you could, like, literally use your computer, do everything. You have everything running through the parallel port, and only if you can keep your computer 10 feet from the wall.
Right, because you have these things stacked
Right.
up. Well, that's like some of the softwares that have those little security devices that put on the parallel port. I'd seen people that actually have made little connections that come out that have like 2 or 3 or 4 plugs in it that you can plug all the different parallel devices
You know,
in.
you can make those like Legos.
Right. Because I know sometime last year somebody called in with a question about scanners that you could use on your notebook, and now there are scanners that work out of a parallel port. There's the CDs that work out of parallel ports. There's the tape backups.
I've got Bernoulli tape backup.
Yeah, lots
too,
of things that work out of the parallel port.
The only thing that won't work out of my parallel port anymore is my printer. So.
And you can also buy those little adapters.
But you could hook those to a serial port. So.
Right, right. There was a lot of great other things that we'll just keep on talking. This is another hot new thing. I like to put lots of things up in front of the camera here to make Joel jump around up there. I like this hat. It's great. I'm going to start wearing this every day. Is the new Adobe Acrobat. You know, why don't you tell them a little bit about this?
Adobe Acrobat's pretty interesting. What we're doing is we're trying to go to an open architecture between Macintosh and PC-DOS. Irv, you'll like this. What it basically does is saves files off into its own format called Acrobat format. I cannot talk today. And then you use a viewer or writer. I can be working on my Macintosh in a PageMaker file, save it with PageMaker fonts on the Mac, not even have PageMaker on the PC, and pull it up and view it. And if I have the Pro version, I can actually edit it under that format and send it back. Really nice open architecture thing. Great for where you got mixed environments.
Great. Another thing that I saw that they were showing at the show was things like freelance and PowerPoint, things like that. So you can actually give someone your presentation, or actually, and they don't even have to have PowerPoint or anything else. They can bring up any program pretty much that
As long as they have the Acrobat
Right.
viewer, if you save it, they can read it.
Right. What does this cost? Do you know what this is? What this? I think there's different modules.
There's different modes to it. The viewer's one thing, and then they got different versions above that. I don't know the pricing.
I know there's a starter kit, and then there's the reader, distiller, and exchange. And I know you have to have either one or whatever. Another thing that was pretty big there was all the phone stuff. That's a technical term. There, phone stuff. Like the RAM mobile data. We
had a show on that.
Yeah, this is great. The little a little cellular. Intel had their new little. It looks just like the Mobidem, and I saw the little PCMCI cards.
Right.
That they were everywhere.
That slide in there. That are modems. That are network cards. That are all kinds of
fax.
Things.
Everything.
Yeah, faxes.
Well, let me ask you a question, because I know was it a week ago that the FCC, I think, opened up some frequencies that they're going to auction for local communications, things that were already being used by hospitals and oil companies, etc. So was there any of that stuff there?
I'll tell you what.
You want to take a phone call first?
No, we're going to have to take a quick break.
Oh.
So everybody stay tuned. The phone number is 861-6283. We'll be right back.
Shamu.
And the Texas tuxedos.
Shamu.
We go everywhere he goes. Can help us make a great big splash. If we all get rid of roadside trash.
Shamu.
And to all this message reaches.
Shamu.
Don't forget about our beaches. Can lend a hand or fin. Come on, let's all pitch in.
Yeah.
Don't mess with Texas.
Shamu.
Here's one time it doesn't matter who your neighbor is. Here's the other. Life's too short. Stop the hate.
He protects all living things in the forest. But he can't do it alone. Please don't play with matches. Put out your campfires. And never, ever forget the words of Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the show. In case you just tuned in, this is the American Computer Enthusiast Show. My name is Steve Reeves, and our show, this is a help show, a generic help show. We'll answer questions on anything. We've got Harvey Schifrin, and we have James DiMaggio, and we're just taking any kind of questions, DOS, Windows, network, any kind of question you might have. We're talking about new things that are coming out, things that we saw at NetWorld this week, things that we've seen in different magazines, and things that we've just bought or trying out or evaluating or whatever. The phone number is 861-6283, 861-6283. It is October 7th. This is a live show. We've been on for years, but we've always been on a Thursday night. In the beginning of this season, they switched us to Tuesday. Well, we're back on Thursday. Hopefully everybody's watching the show. If you are, call us, 861-6283. Ask us any kind of question you might want to know.
Giveaways.
Oh, giveaways. We also, some lucky caller, and if nobody else calls, Irv's going to win because he's the only caller so far. We're giving away this, what's it called? Cross Connect. And what's this retail value of this?
$195.
$195. And I don't know if we're supposed to say prices, so I didn't say that. But we'll be giving this away to some lucky caller. And what exactly does it do, James? Say it again in a nutshell.
It does modem sharing across the network, remote control from a remote location, and remote control of workstations on the network all in one package. Very nice little thing. Just started shipping today. It is a brand new package.
Hot off the press.
So you're going to get your first one.
All right. Another thing is we are nerds, and that's why we have pocket protectors,
spin
and we
propeller.
have our little propeller. We're propeller heads. We're propeller nerds. And if the air conditioner gets going, it'll really turn. Can you see it up there? I got to look in the monitor. But anyways, other things that I've seen in different things. What about the new CDs? Triple speed and quadruple speed. I mean, I just got a double speed CD, and all of a sudden there's triple and quadruple. Well, quadruple is not going to be out until January, I heard. But again, just like Harvey was saying, it's some new thing that come out.
Well,
that'll
maybe
raise the price.
maybe we talk about that as an issue. In essence, planned obsolescence, because it used to be a big thing in the auto industry where, you know, your car was obsolete every 3 or 4 years, so you had to get a new one because the models changed and everything. Now, they've kind of gotten away from that, but we have the same thing here. You talk about the modems, okay, well, it's 9600 baud, and then, you know, as soon as that market reaches saturation, say, well, now 14.4, and now
28.8.
28.8, and, you know, it's like, we can't multiply by 2 that quickly.
Or write checks, I think.
Now, see, but
That's
and
right.
I disagree.
But isn't it
so
great,
this is
Todd?
point counterpoint.
Oh, great.
I disagree. I think it's the greed of the user. I think that the user drives, 14.4 is not fast enough anymore. I want 28.8. I don't want to download in 3 minutes. I want to download in a minute and a half. You know, and we push that market to a point to where it's overkill, I think. I'm watching like some of the Pentium stuff. How many people are really going to use the Pentium chip and use it full out? Not many right now, but as new applications come in, they will probably start looking at it just like we did the 386DX.
Right.
2 years ago was plenty for Windows. You know, you wouldn't have thought about 486. Now it's like,
right.
Yeah, no
and
thanks.
you remember in the beginning when it was like with an Apple, you could get a 48K Apple.
Yeah.
Or you get that other 16K, you know, say like, well, 64K, how could you want more than 64K? Then the PCs came out with 640, but I think, you know, too, do you think it maybe resulted in some nice but sloppy code where people could just say, we got all the memory we can do, so we can make these things huge. We don't really have to be creative of how we write our code.
Oh, I thoroughly agree. I think that coders out there have gotten very, very lax on what they're doing, and you can look at it when you start disassembling some of the code routines.
Right.
We have a caller. Go ahead.
All right. Beatrice, do you have a question?
Hi, Steve. You guys look great with those hats. I got one myself as well.
Oh, great. You have it on right now? I can see it.
Certainly not. My brother took me away from it. But I was going to sound. I actually have 2 questions.
All right.
Okay.
First one is, if I'm sure you remember the Univeil robot.
Yes.
Did anybody figure out how that really works?
The what?
The robot?
Univeil?
Right.
Yeah. Univeil's just a combination between Unixware and Novell.
Oh, I'm talking about the robot that they had.
I'm sorry, I'm not hearing what
The
you're
Robot?
robot.
Right?
Oh, the Univeil robot?
Right.
Nope.
It was a midget.
No, that couldn't be. Well, anyway, I have another question.
Okay. Sorry.
Stumped me. Sorry.
What's your next question?
My next question is, I'm running Novell 311. It's a small, only 5 nodes. And lately, I've been having a problem where the user just, for instance, the user gets out of 123, and it's supposed to drop the user back to the user's, public, and all of a sudden, it just goes all the way to G. What am I missing?
All the way to D instead of dropping out to the public?
Right.
Okay, so you're basically talking about a home menu? You're talking about a home directory that you got?
Right. It's supposed to, right, once they get off, let's say, a 123, once they exit 123, it's supposed to go back to public.
Okay, where are you launching the 123 from?
From E.
From E?
Right.
Then it should exit back to E.
Back to E. Oh, okay.
Okay, because that's where you're launching from. If you'll change where you're launching it from, a batch file will always go back to wherever it's done on properly. Okay, if you've set up the batch file, it will drop back to where it's at, where it starts from.
Okay, so that's what I'll have to change it on the menu, not on the login script of the user.
That's correct.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling.
Bye-bye.
Hi, do you have a question?
Yeah, this is Walt.
How you doing?
I tell you guys that I've been watching you for the last 2 years since I've been here in Houston.
Right.
And I've been in data processing for over 30 years, and I think you guys are great.
Thank you.
Great.
I go back to the CPM days of PCs.
Ooh.
And let me tell you, you guys are a real asset to the profession, and you're a real asset to the community. And I just want you to know I think you're great.
Hey,
Thank you, Walt.
Thank you.
Okay.
And send a letter to the mayor.
Make sure and put Walt down for the freebies, okay?
I'll tell you, that would be nice, but I know how that works. So just keep up the good work, and whatever the community needs to do to support you, you guys earn it.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks very much. That was
Okay, I think we
nice.
have more callers here.
That was very nice.
Right, that's good.
Yeah.
Hi, do you have a question? No? I think I just hung up on somebody. Oh, that's no, I don't think there's anybody there.
Oh, okay.
No, there's nobody there. Oh, there is somebody on this line. Okay. Hi, do you have a question?
Yes, I'm thinking about buying a computer, and I want to know if I use Microsoft Word for word processing. Should I get 386? What size hard disk and what size RAM?
What else are you going to use it for?
Just for word processing?
Yes.
Get a 386SX, I guess, or, get whatever you want to as little computer as you want to spend, because it's going to work just fine on it.
But it really depends on what you can, exactly, whatever you can spend. If you can afford a 486, it'll be a lot faster, but a lot of times for just word processing, it's overkill.
But you probably can't type fast enough to really notice a difference.
What do you think, James? That's kind of a...
It's real individualistic, but the question is, what do you need? If you're just doing word processing, you could probably type as fast as you ever possibly could with a 386SX and save your money for other fun stuff.
A laser printer or something. But also, the SX, the 46SXs are also pretty inexpensive now too, and they're upgradable and things. But again, like Harvey said,
you asked me if I
was. We're not letting him talk. I know he's got something different to say.
You asked me, and you went the other way.
James, go ahead.
It depends on what you consider word processing nowadays. That's my feeling.
Right.
More and more word processing has embedded graphics. They're putting pictures and
almost
clip
like
art and
desktop
so
publishing.
forth. It's like desktop publishing now. If I'm just doing a letter, I don't need anything fancy. If I'm going to do something like a flyer or a newsletter or something like that, which a lot of people consider word processing, then I need some heat if I'm going to get into any of the really good packages to set up with that later. I may start on Word, but then again, I may want to do huge mail merge databases, which hard drive speed is going to be real important as far as how fast it comes out. I'll give you some hints that I think 170 meg drive or above is your cheapest drive per megabyte right now. Those are best buys as far as what you'll spend per megabyte. You cannot go wrong with buying a bigger drive than what you think.
I've seen some price drops on like 345.
Oh yeah, there's the
345s are like right about $300. So that's less than $1 a meg.
The 425s are right in that same price range too. Both of those have really come down quick.
It also depends if you're going to use Windows or DOS. I'd highly recommend Windows if possible. And
well,
then
she's using Word for Windows.
Oh yeah, she said Word for Windows or just Word?
She just said Word.
Is she still there?
Are you still there?
Listen, that's all right. I've learned a lot.
Okay, wait. What's your name? We need your name for
I'm
the...
Barbara.
Barbara.
Hi,
okay.
Barbara.
Are you using it for Windows or DOS?
I'm just thinking about buying this.
Okay, well, we'll keep talking. You just listen, all right?
Okay.
We're going to hang up, but we'll keep talking.
Okay.
You keep listening.
Yeah, we'll keep talking all night. But a couple of things. I would recommend, if you're at least 4 megabytes for Windows. And again, the sky's the limit, 8 megabytes. Depends on what you're going to use it for. If you're going to use it for word processing or something like desktop publishing and being able to bring up multiple programs at the same time, I recommend more than 4 megabytes. But I'd say, again, either a 386 if you're going to use it just for word processing.
Don't buy an SX.
Yeah,
don't.
Nowadays the price.
There's not enough price difference between the SX and the DX. I mean, you can get into a DX33 or the AMD DX40 within $50 of an SX.
I'd look around just to see what the prices are.
Really, because it depends on what you want to do. Because there may be like an old 286. If you just want to do like occasional typing and not doing anything elaborate at all, you can do that. I know my mother-in-law. We gave her an old original IBM XT,
and now she knows.
All she does is type a few letters sometimes, but it works for her.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it depends on what you're going to utilize it for.
I think we have more callers here. You ready?
Yeah.
Hi, do you have a question?
Yeah, my name is Hudson.
Hudson,
I've got a CD-ROM drive, And I've been through the stores, of course, and I've heard about software that you can install that will, virtually, I guess, speed up the CD-ROM drive, the access time on it.
Right.
I wonder what y'all's thoughts were on that.
I know there's a couple of them. I know Norton just came out with one called Speed Cache, right?
Yeah.
It says up to 30 times faster, but I don't really believe that.
Well, up to.
Right.
Yeah.
There's another
Most of the time it's like 0.1 faster, but it could be up to 30.
Another one is called CD Speedway. And James wants to say something. He just
Lightning.
Go ahead. What else?
I like a local boy, Albright's company. He's been on this show before.
Right.
Aldridge.
That's right.
Aldridge Company.
Aldridge,
Dave Aldridge.
They just
company.
came out with a new Cache 86.
Right.
For Windows.
And that is a nice little package. I
Right.
mean, they do a good job. The advantage, all you're basically doing is doing nothing more than buffering up what the CD-ROM will handle. That's what your cache is doing. You need memory on your computer to make it work well.
Right.
A lot of people don't realize that. If you have a one-man machine, forget it. It's not going to help you really. When
Right.
it gets right down to it, because it can't page the memory through fast enough.
What's it called? Cache 86?
Cache 80
386, isn't it? Or is
Cache 86.
Right. And I do know I just got a little upgrade for them for the Windows version.
Right.
But it's called the Aldridge Company. It's here in Houston, Texas.
You can find it on most of the dealers have it,
Right.
on the shelf.
Right.
Or you call information and ask for Aldridge.
Guy's name is Dave. He's been on the show before, Dave Aldridge.
Okay.
All right?
I have one more question.
Okay, go ahead.
Not a question, but I wanted to comment.
Sure. All right. You like our hats?
Great.
Okay.
The lady that called in before, somebody recommended a 386. I would question the investment, really, due to the fact that when she gets that computer, it's possible that she may run across some applications that she decides to run later, and then
Right.
really hurting for reasons.
That's why I said the 46SX is, I mean, even an SX, a DX is even better, but an SX, knowing it's upgradable and everything else, the prices have come so far down in SX machines, I don't think I'd buy a 386 anymore. But
I mean,
again, it depends on what you can afford.
I would say, in answer to that and just overall, you want to buy enough computer to run what software you're going to run, but I think probably a more prudent thing is know how much you have to spend and buy as good a computer as your money will go with it.
Right.
I mean, I wouldn't tell someone not to buy it, but I mean, if someone was going to say, I'm just going to do some simple word processing, nothing fancy, what do I need?
Right.
Then what they need is the bottom of the line, not the top.
Okay, but now, I agree with Mr. Hudson. I think you're right, okay? I have seen people that buy a machine and 2 months later they run across, well, I want to do this with it.
And then they can't do it.
And then you tell them, I'm sorry, you can't do that, and it may only be a 2 meg. We ran into this with the PB brand. So I don't get
PB? Okay.
Yeah, you know them, the PB.
Big basketball?
Packard Bell.
Oh, okay.
And they were limited to 2 meg upgrade. You couldn't take. There were certain models that wouldn't go to 4, and they wanted to go up. They wanted to run another application that required it, and they felt like they had really not bought correctly. And I've seen people that recommend you buy a computer for what you're going to use it for 1 year from the day you buy it. Okay,
Right.
but now.
But
that's-
I've seen people oversold too.
Yeah.
So
Right.
you know,
Okay. Okay, I guess, what else you need to tell us? Anything else?
I appreciate it.
Hey,
Thanks,
thanks
Mr. Hudson.
thanks for the comment.
Bye-bye.
All right, see you later. Hi, do you have a question? Hello?
Yeah, you all really look like wackos with those hats on.
Thank you.
we're
Thank you.
nerds. We're nerds.
Something out of, what's the little guy with the hair pointed up, sticks in the back?
Well, that's usually me, but what's that guy's name? There was a hair sticking up in the back.
Rascals, alfalfa.
Yeah, that's it.
Want one.
All right. We got to give these away, is what we got to give
We
away.
can give away
I'm-
the color hat.
Who is this calling? What's your name?
Next time we're in Hawaii, I'll get one.
Okay.
Fred.
What's your name?
Fred.
Oh, Fred, okay.
Right. I didn't even know that Warner Cable went all the way to Hawaii.
Hi, do you have a
Your
question?
bill must be terrific.
No, I want a hat.
Oh, you
You
just
want
want
a hat? Here's an extra hat right
Yeah,
here.
okay.
We'll give Fred a hat.
Okay, Fred.
You got a hat.
You got a hat, Fred.
All right.
All right?
Hi.
Okay, see you later. Hi, do you have a question?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Who is this?
Pardon?
What's your name?
Joanne.
Oh, hi.
I've seen a multitude of software on your program and one other computer program, and yet when I'm in the Houston area,
All right.
and when I go out to look for it, because there are several I'd like to buy, I can't find them anywhere.
All right. What are you looking for?
There was one on another program called Plotter. It's for writers.
Plotter?
I haven't heard of
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I mean, it's something that would give you like the outline of a plot or something, help you get the creative juices flowing.
That's correct.
Yeah. Oh, it may be, and this is one of the problems, I guess, but it may be that there's a lot of software that has limited distribution, that it may be just hard to find, especially in the big stores, because they're selling high volume, and it might be carried by someone in a smaller store, but you have to know which one to go to get it. I think, one thing you can do is, as you're watching the shows, find out who the manufacturer is, and just remember that. And if you go to the store, perhaps they can special order it for you. That's one thing. The second thing is that you may be able to contact them directly. A lot of software may be only available directly.
Right.
Other sources, if you didn't write it down or can't remember, if you get on like a bulletin board such as Prodigy or CompuServe, America Online, there's usually a software forum where you could ask a person a question, and pretty likely you'll get a response, and they'll tell you exactly who to call and how to get it. Also,
Or HAL PC.
HAL PC. Also mail order. If you look through the magazines, you could see ads from mail order companies, and they'll be able to have a broader range of products that you can get.
Are there any magazines that deal strictly with software?
There's several mags. I'd like to give a suggestion that you.
This is the HAL PC.
That's a HAL PC mag. There's several that have a lot of software in them. They have buyer showcases. But what you may want to look at is getting with a reseller in the area. I would recommend that you hit up PC People and go over and talk to them. Sit down and say, this is what I'm looking for, and so forth. There's some resources that we have available, like CD-ROMs, where we can look up everything in the books by SKU and that type of thing. So there's some advantages that a reseller or a good mail marketplace that you can pick up the phone and call to, can help you to uncover some specialized items if you're looking for that.
All right?
That's PC People is the name of it?
Yes, ma'am. PC
They're on
People.
Richmond.
Yeah,
right?
6300 Richmond.
6300 Richmond.
And I
As
don't
for
work
Carlos.
there. Yeah.
Carlos is one of the hosts on the show.
He should have been here tonight.
He was supposed to be here.
Ask for Carlos and ask him, where is he?
Yeah. This is his hat. All right?
Well, you'll have to send his hat to me, right?
All right.
Hey, thanks a
All
lot
right.
for
Thank
your
you.
help.
All right. See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hi, do you have a question?
Yes, I would like to learn AutoCAD, and I'm looking for or trying to find a place, a school, or where I can learn the software package. Actually take a course and get a certificate so that I can use it to further my employment opportunities. Do y'all have any suggestions?
I know two places right off the bat. One, and these are both authorized AutoCAD training centers. One is the CAD Cam Center. It's on Wirt Road. I wish I had the phone number. I know it's in the phone book. It's CAD Cam Center, and I know it's 467 something or other. And then the other one is Houston Community College, the Technical Center on Dunleavy. They are also an authorized AutoCAD training center, and you will get certificates, actually an Autodesk certificate when you're finished that says you took the class, and they have a beginners, intermediate, advanced. They have classes on AutoLisp, on specific applications and things like that. Also, U of H, they also teach at downtown and the main campus, but Houston Community College and the CAD Cam Center are two great places here in town.
Is it very expensive?
They vary. I think a typical class is between $295 and $495, but they have classes that on weekends, on Saturdays. They have them every night for like a week. They have different types of classes. So, because some people can't take them during the day, some people can't take them during the week. So there's different things that are set up. The best thing to do is call them, and they'll actually send you a schedule with all the classes for like the next 3 months.
And this is the CAD Cam Center you're talking about?
Both that and the Houston Community College, both of them.
Okay, well, I appreciate that. Thank you very
Hey,
much.
no problem. Thanks for calling. Oh, wait, what's your name?
CC. Everybody calls me CC.
CC. Got it. Hey, thanks for calling.
You get it. Bye.
All right. All right. What else you want to talk about? Anything that comes up or anything you thought
we got
about?
giveaways.
Oh, yeah. Two things. One is next week's show. The people from Shapewear will be here. So they're going to be showing Visio 2.0. They're also going to be showing it at Hal PC next week. They're going to be here for Hal PC next Tuesday. It is next Tuesday. Yeah, there's a presentation next Tuesday. And then they're going to be here Thursday for our show.
Are they staying over at your house when they're in town?
Oh, they're staying at yours. They're staying at Carlos's.
No. Oh, yeah, he's not here. It's Carlos's
I know that.
But they're staying in shape.
Yeah, they're staying in shape. Shapewear. But Vizio, it's a real neat package. What it is, you can actually make. It's almost like how do you explain it? It's got all these little shapes. I guess that's why they call it shapewear. But it's the little things. They have a version for like. When you buy it, there's all these little symbols already made. It's almost like a CAD program, but it's not really CAD. But there's furniture. There's one that has for organizational charts. There's one for electrical symbols. Flow charting. All kinds of things. And it's real great. It's a Windows program. It'll print out to your laser or any kind of printer. But it's real easy to manipulate things and move things around, put arrows. It's great for making maps. It's a great program.
And it's great because you use the furniture one and use it to flow chart. So, you know, it's like the sofa always means a decision.
Right. Yeah, sure, Harvey.
Okay.
That's why we bring Harvey on the show, just a different point of view. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, but they're going to be here next Thursday, 7 o'clock. We'll be live. We'll be on Thursdays from this point on, so don't forget that. Write that on your calendar. Every Thursday, 7 o'clock. Phone number is 861-6283, 861-6283. But make sure you watch the show next week, which is going to be Vizio 2.0. Brand new release, just came out.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what, we'll talk about all the other fun things of what it can do next week. I think we have more callers. I know we do. Hi, do you have a question?
Hi.
Hi.
This is a great show.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you. But I got to tell you, the hats really caught my attention.
Great.
You were just flipping through, right?
Okay,
Who are we talking to first?
my name's Connie.
Oh, hi.
Hi, Connie.
Hi. I'm new with computers. I got it in May. And so after 6 months, I guess I thought I was a genius. Anyway, I felt really confident, let's put it that way. And I went into a store to get a program. I want to publish a local area newspaper in a suburb I live in. I also would like to put out newsletters for companies. And being a writer, I want to publish a book.
All right.
I went in to look for these kind of programs, and I was just lost. I was astounded. I mean, there was just so much.
I hate when that happens. But
for a newsletter, I mean, I had
Right.
8 and 10 choices.
Yeah, that's. I know I use PageMaker for my newsletter. I have a monthly newsletter that comes out every month. I guess that's
on the newsletter?
A newsletter. It's only a 2-page newsletter, but I use PageMaker. It's almost over.
It is
I could do it
overkill.
in Word for Windows for the most part.
But now she said a key thing.
But you said books.
She said book, and it is the best.
So
There
you're
is
going to have to
nothing
go
else
for
that touches
a pretty big one because multiple pages and to be able to do that many pages.
Well, if you're going to write a book manuscript, though, I mean, dude, depends what type of book it is, but if you're going to write a novel, what type of book?
Excuse me, am I supposed to have my TV on or off?
Turn it on. Just turn it down. Just turn it down.
Tell
That way
your
you can still
neighbors
see our
to
hats.
call your neighbors, tell them to turn it on. Okay.
I was just having a little trouble hearing the gentleman who's on the camera right now.
Oh, the goofy-looking guy there with the hat on? That's Harvey.
Is that me?
Yeah, he was saying something about the book. It
Yeah.
would take a lot of... so there's not a program out?
Well, I mean, what type of book are you going to write?
It'd probably be around... Well, it's written. It'd be probably type
Is it a novel?
250 pages.
Is it a novel or technical?
Well, yeah, right. I've got a bunch of them. I've got novel, fiction,
I mean,
poems, plays.
Okay, because I mean, you do that on a word processor. I mean, and I think that's what we're talking about.
That's okay.
You didn't know publishing was so complicated, did you? But I mean,
writing was hard.
So, you know.
Well, I have the word perfect, I believe it is, and I have the word processing, and I have a master. So I started putting it on a word processing program. That's what I started with.
Okay.
What version of
Good enough, and I can just take that to the printer.
What's she running?
What kind? What WordPerfect? Windows or DOS, and what version?
I didn't hear.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. We're missing something's clicking here.
It faded out. It's Windows.
Okay.
Okay. 6.0's out next month.
Okay.
New features. They've really done a good job on improving some new features, and it will help you with some annotation, footnotes, headers, table of contents, those type of things.
But I think you got to stick with what you have for the time
I think
being.
it'll be fine to start with.
The printer gave me the idea. He said somebody had brought a book to him, and it was all on computer, on
disc.
On the disc.
Right.
And he just printed everything up from there. And so that's how I got started. But on the company newsletters, that's PageMaker. But what about a community paper, a newspaper?
So you're going to send it to a print shop to have them set up? So they're going to put it on newsprint?
I thought I didn't understand. I thought I saw a program that showed you could do it and then take that to the printer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can do several things as far as with a word processor. It can be just type. It can be graphics. You can do all types of things underneath Windows. You can set up columns and everything.
Okay.
We need to go to a break.
Yeah, I think we need to take.
Okay. Hold on.
Hold on, and we're going to have to take a quick break here.
Okay.
Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Okay, guys.
He protects all living things in the forest. But he can't do it alone. Please don't play with matches. Put out your campfires. And never ever forget the words of Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
There are countries where bread is scarce, but this is America. Countries where electricity is rare, but this is America. Countries where infant mortality is a problem, but this is America. Here, it's a crisis. Every 13 minutes, another infant dies. But we can help prevent many of those deaths with prenatal care from programs like Healthy Start. Find out what you can do. Why? Because this is America.
Remember how good it felt the first time you gave 5? Well, now there's another way to give 5. Set a goal to give more, 5 hours a week and 5% of your income to the causes you care about. It'll make you feel like a winner every day of your life. So give more. Give 5.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the show. In case you just tuned in, like I say every time, this is the American Computer Enthusiast Show. My name is Steve Reeves, and I'm the host tonight. Actually, we have 3 hosts tonight, but I'm the guy that's just talking on the camera right now. We've got Harvey Schifrin, and we've got James DiMaggio, both hosts on this and future shows. And usually, Carlos was supposed to be here, but just pretending. We couldn't get the cardboard cut out fast enough, so he's not here right now. This was his hat, and he didn't come, so...
So we gave it away.
We gave it away. I forget who got it. Fred, I think it was. But we do have some giveaways tonight, and the phone number is 861-6283. We've got callers on the line, so we might as well take some right now. Hi, do you have a question?
Yeah, I sure do. I'm a bit of a power user on the Macintosh, and I'm also probably about a mid-level user with Windows and IBMs.
All right.
One thing I've been reading a lot about is the PowerPC 601 chip that's going to be coming out.
Right.
Can run like 6 operating systems at one time. And I've also heard a lot of ratings about it versus the Pentium chip.
Right.
I see a need for use of Macintosh and IBM compatibles in offices, being that I work at Telecheck and we use both. What is your guys' opinions on these chips, and which one would you prefer?
Well, first of all, who are we talking to?
My name is James.
Okay, James. Just had to write down your name so in case for the giveaways, all right? What do you think?
Don't buy the Pentium.
I know the power...
I hate to say that. They're having production problems. It's just not right. Now, it's going to be a great chip, but right now, Intel is having too many production problems. They're melting through the motherboards.
I was going to say the PowerPC I know is cooler, for it to be faster. There's all kinds of pluses, but
I mean, well, you know, the whole thing boils down to it's all new technology.
Right.
And, you know,
it's a hard question to answer.
It's a hard question to answer at this point. And, you know, you always want to be the first guy on the block with the new toy. On the other hand, for some reasons, if it's critical, you don't want to be the first guy on the block with a new toy. You want everybody else to break it in, and then you get it when you're in a better position to make a determination. So you find out, well, it's got bugs down the line and all your data is now corrupt.
There's also not much, I haven't seen much information on it at all as far as benchmarking between the two of them and what's, I mean, a few things here, but I think a lot of times you see in the ads, they're pretty biased one way or the other.
I mean,
with their own.
the technology sounds real good, you know, for the PowerPoint.
We need to have Intel and Motorola on the show and go head to head and say, show us your stuff.
And they'll say it's trade secret.
Right.
The other thing that you have to think about is the magazines are 2 to 3 months behind when we're actually seeing something. They're not live like we are. So you'll see more and more on this. I would hang loose a little bit and take a look at some more. There's some testing going on, but you'll start seeing it come out more and more as far as the bugs that they find and
also all these other people, Cyrix and AMD, are all coming up with these new chips too.
Yeah.
It's just to be faster and cooler and do 20 times and run twice as fast and half as much.
Yeah.
So the prices will come down, but that's a hard question to answer since I haven't even seen a Pentium running. Have you seen one?
Yes, I've seen one melt through a motherboard. I have physically seen one.
And I haven't seen, but I haven't seen a PowerPC chip either running in.
Now I haven't seen the PowerPC. I've just read about it.
Well, I saw a PowerPC chip run circles around a Quadra 650.
Oh yeah,
right.
PageMaker.
So
in a notebook version.
Wow.
Ooh.
So it's we need to get some more information on this and try to get some things to maybe show on the show one of these days or something. But we'll let you know. Just keep watching and we'll keep you abreast on what's going on.
All right.
All right.
Thanks
for
calling.
Thanks for calling. Let me see. We have. Hi. Do you have a question?
Yes, I do.
Who are we speaking with?
This is Daniel.
Hi.
I think y'all have a pretty good show there.
Thank you.
Thank you. You like our hats?
Oh, I think it enhances your image.
Great.
You like those or the pocket protectors better?
I'm for the pocket protector.
I have a really problem with my image already. So, what's your question?
It has to do with the Windows swap file. I'm running a 38640, so it's about 4 megabytes of RAM. And it seems like when I'm running with the swap drive on, it slows down my computer. I was wondering if y'all had any comments about that or suggestions.
You have a permanent swap drive or a temporary swap drive?
I'm running right now with a temporary swap drive.
Try setting it up if you've got the disk space, a permanent one, and it may run faster, I think.
Well, the only problem is I'm running a compression software called Extra Drive, and it compresses at the BIOS level, and it makes the 32-bit disk access impossible.
Right.
What you're running into is you're running into an anomaly that's set up between Extra Drive and the Windows swap where it's paging. Extra Drive is using the paging process. It's remapping the software interrupts at the paging protocol, and it's doing a new step. I'm sorry.
What did he just say?
I just lost him. It's rewriting what you need. Okay, Extra Drive has gotten in there, and it's taken an extra section for it to run,
it's slowing down.
and it's slowing down because of that. Yeah, I've seen that before. It's unfortunately it's normal.
Yeah.
With the memory manager like queuing them.
It's not really going to help you.
Well, but I think what you may want to think about doing is get a non-compressed section of a drive or a hard drive that's not compressed, and then put the swap file on that, and that should clear it up.
Yeah, try that and just see what happens. Could you have enough on your uncompressed drive?
Yeah, I've got about 70 megabytes left.
Uncompressed?
Yeah, well, it's kind of 70 megabytes on the C drive and about 30 on the compressed drive.
Oh, you got plenty then.
Okay.
Yeah, well, just try that. Put it on your
If you go through the Windows setup or go to the 386 option and then change your swap drive, try it with a permanent swap drive and make sure you put it on, I guess your C drive is uncompressed?
Right.
Okay. Put it on the C drive instead of your D drive and see if that doesn't make a difference. I think it probably will.
I usually double the size, my swap drives, double the size of amount of RAM I have. I don't know if there's a standard for that, but that's usually what it depends on what program. Different programs ask.
Typically, Windows will tell you what they think is the optimum size.
They'll usually tell you. It'll automatically show up what it thinks it should be.
And I think unless you really know what you're doing in there, which I don't exactly really know what I'm doing, I just go with what they say.
Right. What do you think, James?
I think that I would go with what they say.
Right, do what they say. But again, like I know for in AutoCAD and some power programs like that, they tell you how to do it. Double whatever the size of RAM you have or whatever.
Right.
All right?
I do have a question though. He said that his C drive was his uncompressed. Are you sure it's your C drive and not your disk?
He compresses it It's unlike Stacker, which makes it just one drive. It makes a separate drive called D, which is compressed.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to make sure you weren't swapping them back.
Yeah, we don't want you calling back next week and say, you guys goofed up my hard drive.
Yeah, I like to be careful about that
Before you do anything, back it up.
Back it up.
Back it up.
On three, ready?
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Back it up. All right. Hey, thanks for calling.
You're welcome.
All right. Hi, do you have a question?
Yes, my name is Joel.
Joel.
Hi, Joel.
Yeah, how you doing?
Oh, we're great.
Yeah, I've got, I work for a small company, and we have 3 Novell servers running 311, and I'm in the process of evaluating some email systems out there, and I just kind of like your opinion on what you think you recommend, what your recommendations are.
James is happy you asked that.
Yes, James is very glad that you asked that.
He saw a lot of things at Net World this week.
I saw more email than I know what to do with right now. There's all types of things going on in the network environment as far as setting up electronic messaging and so forth. I mean, it's now bundled with scheduling, calendar, everything's starting to come together. My personal preference, and it's not the biggest player, 3 minutes, okay, we have 3 minutes. He did that off camera. That's what that means, folks. 3 minutes is Futurist team. The leading one in the field is CC Mail, and if you're going to do add-ons, CC Mail has hooks to every fax product and everything that I've looked at.
That's made by Lotus.
By Lotus. Microsoft Office is, Microsoft Office and WordPerfect Office are both coming on real strong. There's a lot out there. I would highly recommend that you get on the phone and get some literature in and get down to a dealer and look at them. I mean, physically play with them because there's all different kinds of things to do.
And before the show, weren't you saying that Novell's going to bundle that with?
312 Novell, if you upgrade to that, has Beyond Mail and Personal MHS bundled in, and Lotus Notes is now going to be in there, so there's going to be a new engine.
Well, that's what I was kind of afraid of, is I don't want to get stuck with because we're thinking of expanding the faxes and all sorts of mail-enabled applications in the future, and I don't want to get stuck with a mail system that which isn't a good foundation. So
you can't go wrong with CC Mail.
Okay.
All right.
In that case.
Right.
Hey, thanks for calling.
But
Hi, do you have a question?
Yes, I do.
What's your name?
John,
John, okay.
doing a great job.
Oh, thanks.
But real quick, I'm running a 486 with DOS 5.0, Windows 3.1. And I was planning on upgrading to DOS 6.
Don't.
Well, I was planning on, I have a free upgrade to DOS 6.0, but I was thinking 6.1 is supposed to fix some of the problems with 6.0, I've heard.
6.2.
6.2, wait till that?
6.2, yeah. Microsoft's in beta on 6.2. Wait.
And then cash in your free coupon.
And then cash in the free coupon. That's exactly right. That's the way you work it.
Great. Well, thanks for the information.
You're very welcome.
Bye-bye.
All right. I don't know if we have time for the last caller. We only have 30 seconds.
Okay,
I
we'll say hello to him. Say hello.
Hi, do you have a quick question?
Yeah, this is John.
John,
I had a question.
real fast.
I'm thinking about upgrading to Super VGA, and I wanted to know what your thoughts were, and what the pros and cons were, and what you had to look for what you look for in a Super VGA monitor.
Okay, I'll tell you what, we're going to have to wrap it up here. We'll answer your question off the air, but I think you need to go to Super VGA for anybody that's listening. But hold on, we need to pick a number between 1 and
Here's the number.
14. 1 and 4. 4. 4 is the number. Joanne won the software.
Joanne, very good.
Okay. We're going to have to wrap it up here. Make sure you watch next week, Vizio 2.0, the people from Shapewear. Thanks, Harvey and James, for coming on, and hats and all the fun stuff. We'll see you next week. See you later.